What's up, on my Power Riders crew? Check it out. This is the XJ. Huh? No carpet. There's a panel. There's a panel. That's right. We're starting the tear out to do the camper build. Now, those of you who follow my channel may remember that I dragged in this old XJ with the intentions of making a driver out of it. The more I got to looking at it, the more I started checking. This rig is... I didn't want to part it out, because I promised the lady that I bought it from that I would actually do something with it, and so I wanted to keep to my promise. But it's so far gone that it's just going to be too expensive to put it back together as a driver. Yes, I could have made a wheeling rig out of it, but you know, I've always wanted to do one of those camper build outs with an XJ, so that's what we're doing. But with that build out, I'm going to answer a lot of questions. One of the biggest being tongue weight. The laws of leverage says when your fulcrum is far back on a certain amount of load, the longer side of that fulcrum, or where that fulcrum is, the longer side is going to have a lot of weight. That's just how the laws of leverage works. So, a four-door Cherokee, being like this one, your axle's so far back, you're subject to have a lot of tongue weight. And that's one of the questions I'm going to answer. How much tongue weight do we actually have? We put more electronics in the back to counterbalance the tongue weight. There's a lot of things that I'm going to play all the geeky science into to help build this thing out. I'm going to have all those details in this video and this whole video series in case you want to build one yourself. So I'm dissecting this thing. I'm going to start from the rear. Carpet's about to come out of this thing. Of course, we got our hooks here. And taking the trim out. Everything that's on the floor is going to go. I'm not using any of it. That's including carpet. Carpet's nasty, so nobody wants that mess. That's actually a YJ dash piece that I put back here. So taking this out, I'll hang on to it for the moment, simply because whenever I put the bed floor in and stuff like that, I'm going to rig the door to open it from the inside instead of the outside. I got to figure that out. That's going to be a later project to figure that part out. And of course, we'll need some more shocks because look at there, that's what's holding it. Seat belts are coming out. I'm keeping my side panels for the most part. I'm not sure where the floor, the bed, and all that stuff's going to stop at. So everything, say hypothetically, the bed stops right here. Everything below that, I'll cut all that out to make storage, run wiring, whatever the case may be. I'll figure that out as I go. So as for the headliner, I'm definitely taking all the material out, because you see it through there, it's all falling down. I am going to recover it in another material. That will definitely make a video. I'm going to utilize the speakers for the entertainment center that's going to go inside of it. I'm going to leave the light right there for, of course, night light inside here as needed. Windshield's all busted up. I'm going to replace it. I'm not exactly sure with what yet, but definitely will not be another windshield. I'm not putting the money into it. So my plans for right now, taking all these screws out, taking the cover off, taking these side covers off here. Like I said, I'm keeping them for right now because I do not want to damage them. Not sure where the floor is going to come up to, or the bed mattress, should I say. So I want this below the bed mattress to keep it all decorative and XJ-ish as much as I can. Seat belts are coming out. Back seats obviously coming out. Of course, I'm stripping the whole interior. So to take out this piece right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put up 10 screws, get them out. And after you get this trim piece right here off, you're gonna have 1, 2 screws right here. And then what you gotta do is you gotta pull this corner away from this trim piece right here, pop it out, get this out past it, and you pick up on it. And what you got are this, I start to say these hooks, but what you got is this lip right here that goes inside here that holds it all in place. So now it's got a lip goes in behind that, but I'm not taking that front trim piece out. I'm just getting this out behind that for the moment. Sometimes you've got a little clip right here that holds that in place. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that. So now we'll take this, pull it back out of the way. Of course, the seat belt's got it, but now I need to get down inside here and figure out how to take all that mess out. And anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with none of that crap. So once you get that pulled back, you got this thing right here, which you push these in like that, which will allow the seat belt to come all the way through. But now I got to get down inside there to get the end of that seat belt off. We'll take this one out so you can watch what's going on. pull this out like that because you've got that little post gets out past that. Then you pull it up. You gotta pull this piece this way, get past that, and pull up like this, and the whole thing's out like this. Okay? Okay. So we have got a mess of wires going on back here. Looks like somebody added the tow package in with this. Added it in. And so I'm not worried about taking these out at the moment, because what I'll have to do is get the seat out of the way, get down there and unbolt the seat belt this way to pull it through this right here. I'm not worried about the moment because what I'm doing next, this carpet is coming out. And I'm about to hurt y'all's feelings. There's some people out there that's going to cry about this. You know what? I hate it for you. Because what I'm about to do, take me a razor blade right there and get this whole thing out. Now, some of the ways I may do this may hurt some feelings because I'm not being delicate with this. I want it stripped out. I want this thing a shell so I can start building it out. Now, there will be some videos like how to remove a radio, how to remove door panels. I mean, things like that that you guys can get a lot of benefit from, okay? That brings up a good point. As I am disassembling this rig, drop down the comments, hey, I would like to see a video on how to remove whatever, parking brake, how to remove the parking brake lever, how to remove center dash, I don't know, whatever, how to remove the instrument cluster. Put it down in the comments on how to remove this stuff, how to do it properly, which I'm going to do. I'm not going to destroy parts per se. The carpet, I'm not going to save it, so yes, I'm going to destroy the carpet. The front seats are already spoken for. My sister's getting those. And I really, the other door panels, I'm definitely keeping all those. I really got a lot of parts spoken for. I'm keeping the engine, transmission, transfer case. And I don't know, see what else I keep. Oh, I'm keeping all my window regulators because I will have power windows in this rig. Even though it's going to be a camper build out, I'm keeping my power windows in it. Therefore, if I want to raise and lower the windows while I'm out camping, push a little switch, lower it, raise it, all that good stuff. Yes, I'm going to have 12-volt power into it. I've got a massive battery going in this thing that's going to be probably the storage battery for a solar panel on top. That's my plan. We'll see where that goes. So again, if you guys got some really cool video ideas while I'm disassembling this, drop them down in the comments so I'll make those videos as I tear this thing apart, okay? Cool. So back to the dissecting. I've already cut around these rings right here. I am going to get me a tool, which I ain't got it out here right now. I'm going to take around the heads off these right here. I'm going to keep these little hooks. They might come in handy for tie downs inside the back of my YJ or even in this, who knows. But I'm keeping my hooks. Those could come in handy. A little storage pocket here. Probably what I'm going to do with this is get one of those panels come across right here like that and use it for storage for my remote controls and stuff like that. I said remote control. What? I said remote control? That's right. Because I said entertainment center earlier because I'm keeping these speakers right here. You see, I'm kind of an electronics nerd. I like doing off-the-wall stuff with electronics, audio, video. I've done lots of audio videos installs in houseboats, for instance. So my knowledge of doing 12-volt systems inside houseboats, and even they have 110, I know that, some of you guys are going to correct me on that. But I've done a lot of 12-volt installs, even on like cabin cruisers and stuff like that. So, doing a build-out on a rig like this, doing a camper rig with audio, video, it's a natural fit. Love to do that stuff. So, got cool stuff coming cram in it. So I said I'm keeping these speakers, and I'm also going to put some up front because I'm going to put an entertainment center into it that's going to have either a projector or some kind of TV or something in it. My plan for right now is having a projector, so therefore I'll have it set up to where, like right along here, maybe shooting forward to a screen up there or vice versa. I don't know yet. But also I can take the projector outside, and I've got a big screen that I can drop outside and while I'm camping or whatever. Watch some movies in the stars. It'd be kind of cool, huh? We'll see how that pans out, but that's my plan so far. Now, if y'all got any cool build-out ideas as far as electronics go, drop them in the comments, because the earlier I can get a good idea to build into the rig, the faster I can get the wiring together or get the electronics or whatever supplies I may need. Cool? Cool. All right, let's cut this nasty carpet out. So how many of y'all are cussing me right now because I'm cutting up an XJ carpet? Ta-da! So, pull this right here back, see what we got to do with it back here. Gosh, I should have been wearing a mask. There's crap coming out of that. So that's my taillight wiring harness. This right here is the harness. No, that's for the washer fluid right there. Well, I tried to pull the deck lid down, but I got held up by a pair of vice grips. And so that's the harness for the tail lights and probably the wiper arm and all that. What's that? What the heck is that? I'm going to assume some kind of sound deadening or something because it feels like it's got foam in it. That's where it's going. Yuck. So I'll also be washing the heck out of this thing on the inside before I put it back together, obviously. Okay, there's a for the seat belts. So what am I going to do about the wiring? I am leaving all my taillight wires in. I'll probably leave that there just for the sake of taking it out. I'm obviously not using the rear window wiper, but as far as all my taillights and stuff goes, I'm going to utilize those as plug into my trailer hitch up front, or whether I hook it onto a YJ or hook it onto my buddy Wayne and his wife. I think they want to borrow it occasionally and stuff, so they're welcome to it. But I want to be able to hook it onto like a trailer hookup. Oh, that's one of those conversion boxes. I'm gonna keep that. So definitely I'll be fooling with a bunch of wires trying to figure out what's going to what. Would that make a good video for you guys? Figuring out how to, figuring out what wire does what. Now this is a 97, so the wire schematics can probably vary from one to another. So still, yeah, if you guys want to make a video for that, sure, why not? Sounds good. Okay, so that plugs into that. That plugs in, factory plugs into that. This right here just intercepts and it comes to plug into that. Ah, yes. So obviously that is one of those conversion boxes to put a trailer hitch plug on the XJs. So what we're going to do is take that out because I don't need it back there. Take and unplug that. Unplug that. I said unplug that, dang it. Come on. You must unplug it, yes you must. There it goes. And right there's ground. We'll take care of that in a moment. So now we'll take this, plug that back into this. And that should put us back to factory configuration. So I'm going to get my wire cutting tools here in a moment and cut that off. Or matter of fact, I think I'll just open that right there up. Y'all can't see what I'm talking about, can you? Let me move the camera a little bit. It's got one of those splicing connectors right there, so I'm just going to open it back up here. See if I can do that. Where'd my knife go? Where's it at? Because I don't want to get my fingers in here and cut my fingers. Turn the viewfinder so I can see what you guys are seeing. Make sure I keep you in camera. Get my fingers out of the way. There's that. Cut that off out of the way. And now I need to get me something to pull that up right there. Be right back. Grab hold of the top of it if it's sticking up further enough. Lock them on and pull. Ta-da! Done. And it does put a little nick in your wire right here, so if it were actually like a hot wire or something like that, I would take liquid electric tape or even just regular electric tape and put around that. So that's a ground, so I'm not going to sweat it too bad. I'm not saying I'm not going to fix it, but it just ain't going to be right now. So now I've got a tail light conversion harness for an XJ. Yay me. I still want an XJ, like a driver XJ, so I'm going to definitely hang on to this in case I need it for whenever I do finally pull the trigger, buy one. So basically, if you were to buy one of these modules, all you do is this rear plug right here that's going back to your tail lights. There is a push right here. Take it, push that clip down, pull, you got that, it separates them. And it's male-female plugs. Take this one, that will snap in there, this will snap in there, and your white wire here, as you see, was connected to the black wire here because that's your ground. Okay, pretty simple. I'll look on Amazon for those of you who want to put trailer hitch plug on your rig and don't want to cut your wiring harness, because that is actually a very, very nice module. I'll look around on Amazon so I can find it, and I'll link it up for you guys, whoever wants one. Now, that does bring up another question. Whenever you wire this thing in, what do you do with it? Well, I guess it's possible you could go, if you find it messed up, down through the body somehow and drop out the bottom end. What I see most people do, like they had it crammed up inside here, but when they need it, they'll just take hanging out the door here a little bit and close the hatch on it, plug it up, tow your trailer around, do whatever you got to do. Okay, now I'm done with it. They'll cram it back in that hole. Therefore, you never have a pigtail hanging out the bottom of your Jeep. By leaving the wiring harness intact for my tail light turns and stuff like that, that becomes my trailer lights. So why not? The wire's there. I don't have to buy a whole bunch of wiring, so that'll work out just fine. I just have to figure out what wire goes where. That'll make a good video figuring that mess out. And probably another cool feature I'm going to do for the headliner, of course, I'm going to put new speakers in for the entertainment center, new cloth obviously, and that'll be a video in itself like I mentioned earlier. I may try to figure out how to get some little small LEDs and kind of, you know, place them through there. Some bright ones, some dim ones or something. Like the little dim ones to have a little bit of nighttime ambiance, I guess in a way you might say that. Or maybe just enough light that if you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to grab a drink of water or something like that, you've got a little bit of light, but not so much light that it's going to light up the whole spectrum of the world, I guess, whatever. Now I'm just brainstorming at the moment because I really get the feel for this whenever I start doing the build out. I probably where the visors are, I'm taking them out. Obviously, I'm not going to have a use for them. That's where I may mount my screen or something, because the projector's back here shooting that way, or I don't know. Or it may be where my projector mount goes. I don't know yet. You guys drop some ideas. Now, as far as headliner cloth, what I was thinking is I'm going to look around Amazon, maybe find me some glow in the dark, like little stars and moons and stuff like that on it, because come on, you're camping at nighttime, you want a little bit glow in the dark of a moon or star or something, kind of give that real cool vibe or something. I don't know. Sounds good. Now, as for the back glass, I'm going to leave it intact. Probably make me some little curtains or something like that to draw across it, therefore you get privacy at nighttime. But the glass is intact. It can give a little bit of, you know, outside lighting or something during the day or whatever, so I'm going to leave it definitely intact. So my power ask, you guys have heard me talk enough, so I'm not going to drag this whole closing thing out. Here's the deal. Leave me some comments down below what you would like to see in the build out. What kind of questions would you like? What would you like to see? How to remove a dash? How to remove a parking brake? You know, just different videos you guys may need to see as I disassemble this thing. Otherwise, I'm just going to gut it. It ain't going to be pretty about how I do it. So everyone, appreciate you hanging out. Peace. Later, y'all. I get to do fun stuff again. Yay!